welcome to episode 15 of the Monkey Business Podcast. Today we have a special episode because we recorded another great episode with great guests, but somehow we had technical difficulties, so we couldn't bring it to you. But we're gonna try to bring Queen and Ketsu back next week, so we'll see how we can manage. But here we are, Johan. It's you and me again.
Here we are again before Thursday. It is what it is.
So we normally try to record these episodes on Thursdays. So this one is on Monday, coming out tomorrow. So we haven't really prepared anything for this one. So we'll see what comes out. So maybe we should go for like the most humiliating moments of your life, Johan. Which one is like, if you think about the worst moment of your life, what comes to mind?
I think it was TI6 loss with Cloud9. That was embarrassing.
Okay.
That was like a big time. That was a big hit. Oof. That was rough. Humiliating and sad.
Who did you guys lost against?
We lost to LGD, I want to say.
Okay.
And I think it was, FY, was he on Vici or LGD at that? We lost to...
I think he was on Vici with RTK, right?
Yeah. You could be. And he stole egg twice with Rubik. We have Phoenix. A lot of stuff happened, man. A lot of stuff happened. Also the tournament before, but oof, that was a game changer. Mindset changer for sure.
And LGD getting destroyed into their own tier 4 towers. They soul rip up as much as they can for Envy to keep them alive on the front lines. It's going to be a team wipe in favor of Cloud9. LGD, they'll probably lose racks at this point.
20 minutes later.
LGD will take the mid racks. Cloud9, they're backing up with their tail between their legs. They're going for the GG push. Cloud9, they're losing too many people. And Envy, he's in a nice coffin of death of LGD. This will be GG. There is no more defense. That's GG. LGD take game for 1 against Cloud9.
Oh, hey, you live and you learn. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right?
Yeah. I think that the line from, what is the Dark Knight?
I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger.
I think for me it's that one. I don't know if it makes me stronger or just weirder as time goes by.
Sometimes both, you know. You get smacked in the head, then funny things happen.
And what is the most humiliating day out of Dota? Come on, some shit has happened in your life.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think it was the community pool. And I was with my two friends, and we were teenagers, and I don't know. We always tease each other, right? Like everybody was a target at some point, and that's just how it was, and that's good. That's fun. And I remember going in, and then we had like somehow agreed to do skinny dipping, even though it's a community pool, and it's like no go and whatever. And when I went in, they had gotten their trunks and taken mine and like thrown them on the roof, and somebody had to climb up and get them. I think they ended up doing it. Yeah, neighbors were also unhappy, but hey, fun, and embarrassing. Good memories. Very
How
cringe.
old were you in this one?
I think we must have been like 12, 13, something like that. Yeah. Very cringe.
For me, the most humiliating, so many of them. I don't know if I can just pinpoint on one of them. I had a meeting once for 30 minutes without having the person wrong. The whole time I had a person, I had like an 11 a.m. and then I had a 12 a.m. And I thought the whole meeting I was meeting with my 12 a.m. person. And for the whole hour I was talking to him like he was one person. And he was very polite and he never stopped me. But 40 minutes in, I realized that it was something completely different. And the person had nothing to do with what I was pitching or talking about.
Oh my God.
I'm like, all right, well, that's weird.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but like he just took it there and he was like, yeah.
That sounds like a good The Office moment. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, and 30 minutes is like, I really think that, and because I eventually go to like, okay, well, tell me what your company does and this and this. I was like, yeah, that's not my company. Oh, well, you changed the name or you're doing that. It's like, yeah, actually, I think you have the wrong person.
Ouch.
I have another horrible moment of my personal life. I hooked up with the same girl twice. And she doesn't remember hooking up with me the first time.
Oh. Oh, I don't even know
I
what
met
to
her a
think of
year
that.
later, and she reintroduced herself to that. I was like, dude, I know you. I know who you are.
You should have played it off differently. You should have brought up that night, like try to spark like some memories, but like later on, like lead her on for 2 hours, like that meeting of yours, you know? Lead her on
Yeah.
for some hours and then like slowly make her realize that, oh, why does he know all this?
Johan, my ego couldn't handle it. I needed to be like, hey, we hooked up. What are you talking about? Wake up, you know?
That could have been so much more cringe. That could have been epic, but still sad
But
cringe.
I would say, on my defense,
Oh my god.
she was interested in me twice. She was interested the first time, and years later she met me again, and she was interested again.
I can just imagine you explaining what you do and whatever, and like you stick to the same thing that you've been saying before, and then somebody's gonna go, well, I know someone, I know someone who's done stuff like this or who's doing this. Oh man, that's
And then I was trying to give her excuses, like, yeah, maybe it's like, oh, you look different. Maybe you shave your. I'm like, yeah, sure. And like, I look exactly the same. I've been looking exactly the same face, you know, for 15
oh my
years.
God.
But it's okay.
I think
That's fine.
I think a lot of people wouldn't recognize me. I'm thinking if I went, or like at least right away, if I went back to see like old classmates or something, people that knew me before long hair.
I don't think they will recognize you right now.
Yeah,
I barely recognize you.
Oh yeah.
On the TI9 photos or videos,
Hmm?
you look
Is
like
that different from already?
much
TI9?
younger. You look younger, yeah. You look younger on TI9 with the
Yeah.
short hair.
Yeah,
You were
yeah,
skinnier.
yeah. I mean, I can make myself look younger too if just get the stubs.
I actually was very surprised when I first met you that you were much taller than I thought you were. Because I always saw you on camera, and I had days with gamers. I always felt that they're shorter because of the camera angles and all that.
The reverse Joe Rogan experience.
Dude, Joe is so short. He's so short. You have a massive head. It's a massive head.
Yeah. He should join me in Tito's club.
Yeah.
Big heads.
But yeah, that would be one very embarrassing story. I don't know how weird we're gonna get on the podcast, but I'm lactose
talk
intolerant.
about my statue. Okay, lactose.
No, so you know that I'm lactose intolerant. So I have a bunch of stories about me eating ice cream or eating cheese, and then having to find quickly places to
You've
use
told
the
me many
restroom.
stories. I know. I've heard many of stories.
Yeah, many stories. And you've seen some of them.
And yet you just keep munching down the milk chocolate.
Love it.
Just keep munching. Love it. I mean, I would have a really hard time giving up chocolate. Also, like occasional milk chocolate. I would have an extremely hard time. Dude, that is one of the highlights in life for me.
Chocolate! Chocolate! Chocolate!
Oh,
and pizza.
or mint
I love
chocolate.
Pizza.
Yeah, pizza's good. I think I would want ultimate happiness. I would want at least 20 pizzas a year.
20 pizzas a year. That sounds
At least.
like a low number. Yeah.
It's relatively low, but at least, yeah.
So in Lisbon, we have like an oven to make pizzas, and it's amazing. But every single time Johan makes pizzas, I have to time it, where I don't do anything else for the next 30 minutes, because whatever I needed to do won't get done. So it's just about scheduling, Johan. My lactose intolerance is just about scheduling.
Yeah. And it sounds like a bit of pain. We also did the Tabasco challenge again yesterday at Easter at dinner. Yeah, we have a... Excuse me, I have to sneeze. Oh, yeah. Tack. So after Easter dinner, I think everybody was having like a bit of a food coma, and we have a hot sauce called ai. And the reason I think it's called ai is because it makes you go ai. It's mad. Like I think I put 2 to 3 spoons on each spoon, and 4 of us had it. And wow, like every time for me with this Tabasco, if I do 3 drops or more, my spoon had 3 drops or 4. It's so intense. It starts ringing in my ears, and I get the uncontrollable hiccup after like 5 seconds, and it just gets increasingly worse for like 30 seconds, and then it starts easing off a bit. Wow, that is so intense. 3 drops. And I think myself relatively tolerant for Scandinavian,
Yeah, you can tolerate spicy food. Does it burn twice as it goes in and it comes out?
No, you need a lot more. And I even think like I have even theories to this, but yeah, and experience. I think Indian food, and when you have like bigger meals with a lot of chili, that's gonna make your intestine not be able to take care of everything, when you actually just overdo it. like literally with a mount, because I think the body is very good at absorbing. Maybe, I don't know, maybe there's also a build-up thing, like you become better at digesting it after eating more of it. Like that's how it is with most people. Travel stomach, dogs, all that stuff. Yeah. Should write a book. Theories of chili shits.
Shit.
Yeah.
I think that's a book that I will probably read, especially if you write. I mean, I think we've told
Speaking
the
of
story before.
chili
but-
shits, you want to talk about
Oh. Speaking of chili shits,
You want to talk about the
okay,
statue?
where are you going with this? I can see your statue. Sorry, it's just my camera is blocking the statue.
Oh, I see. No. I was
Let me see. 1 second. Let me just minimize my camera.
So Misha got me this. He got me this
What?
in
What is that?
from the mall. Yeah, I have no idea. It has like tiny seashells at the bottom. I kind of like it. Even the smallest wiggles on the table kind of makes her wiggle. I think it picks up on the camera slightly. Yeah. She's some fire goddess, chili shitter. Oh,
Chili shitter. That's what Misha think that is. Okay, Johan needs a present. Let's give him a present.
I like it. You
Let's
know,
get
I
him
like
that.
it. He also got me like the statue, some old Greek Roman head type deal, but then it's carved out in the middle. So I think you're supposed to plant some type of vine or bushy thing and kind of give it hair. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Yeah.
How are the boys doing? I mean, you've been there with them for like a few months already.
Yeah. No, they're doing good. I think they found nice balance and routine. They go out, you know, they go to the movies, they go to the cinema, they actually
Really?
they get shit done,
Oh,
go out and
wow.
buy a phone. They force themselves to have many sorts of activities, play a lot of ping pong. We recently bought chess. I don't know if they've played yet, but I think they will quickly pick up on that. I think it's hard enough now to put up the volleyball again. Get the M God back on the field. Misha, volleyball king. I think the neighbors will soon hear that it's volleyball season. A lot of screaming is going on in this game. It's fun.
I just watched them. Did you watch them today? They just played the Scream Spirit. Oh, what a game. It was a 55-minute game. I've been just biting my nails right before this call.
No, I haven't.
Incredible game.
I haven't seen
I'll
this.
send you the link
No,
later.
I haven't seen.
It was great. Yeah, it was really, really great. And yeah, I love the vibe. It's just feels so different from the old roster in many ways. There are some elements that are very similar, but I feel like the energy and the enthusiasm is very different and very welcoming.
Yep. No, man. It's a great team. It's a fantastic team.
We have one more game tomorrow against Entity. Entity? Yeah. The old Wave Creep.
Yep.
Creep Wave, sorry.
Void Creep.
Wave Creep?
Wave
That's
Creep.
the wrong one.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh man.
It's hype. It's do or die for them, or does it just send them into a tiebreaker with Secret, or how does it go?
I think it puts them down already. Huh? It's super important, the game for us. Super important.
Yeah, it is for us, right?
Oh.
Because we will only be able to contest first if we win and Gaming Gladiator win, and they have to play Liquid April 20. And if Liquid actually win, they could go to 5-2. If we lose, that puts us all at 5-2, and we're playing for 1-2-3. Oh, that's hype. And Entity are tied with Brame, and Brame have to play Tundra. And Tundra really want to win because that will put them in top 4 over Secret. Secret have no more games left. Incredibly hype, actually. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Everything's going to be decided the last day.
Popcorn tomorrow. All right. No. Hype.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be amazing. Okay, what is your read? I mean, right now, this podcast will come before the games, actually. Is it right, Mav? Yeah, this podcast will come out before the game. Okay, so Johan, what is your... Break this game down for me. What's going to happen? Or how are we going to see it?
Wait, how are we going to see the end of the bracket, you mean?
Yeah, how do you see this game against Entity? How do we face against Entity? How do we match against Entity? Sorry.
Oh no, we're gonna smash him. We're gonna win. So that's great for OG. You know, we're gonna go 6-1, and then the question is gonna be Gaming Gladiators versus Liquid. If they can tie up, they'll have to probably play for 2 and 3 as well because of points, right? So that's very hype, and that's gonna happen because that's hype when we get more Dota. And Tundra are gonna lose to Brame. Brame are actually gonna win, and they're gonna tie themselves with Tundra and with Secret. It's gonna be a 3-way tie for making it to the major. And well, sorry, Entity, they're gonna have to get relocated guaranteed.
If Entity loses and Brame wins, then Entity and Enigma are out completely.
Yes. I mean, they're division
And
2.
then it means that all the
And
teams can
Brave
go to
will
the
be
major.
tied with Tundra
Okay.
and Secret.
Oh my god.
A lot weighs on the Brave game. Like
So who do you?
there is also there's the potential for you play for relegation if Entity do beat us. Then yeah. Then there's a 4-way tie, right? And one team will make it to the major, and one team will get relegated.
God.
If those things, if
Yeah.
Brame also beat Tundra.
Who,
Incredibly high.
who do you have, Gaming or Liquid?
What? No, I said Liquid. Liquid's gonna
So
win,
Liquid.
of course. It's hype. Yeah, backs against the wall. Sai so handsome.
Okay, so if Liquid wins and we wins, we are number 1 directly, and then they have to play for 2 and 3.
Yeah.
That would be
Good
great,
luck.
dude, because
May the
there's
best team win.
so many points. There's like such a discrepancy between the 400 of first and 240 of second.
Easy points.
I was looking at the points of the qualifiers last year, and I think that the last team was 800 points. I know it's different because we didn't have Major 1 this season, but 800 points we'll have. We only had 60 from the first round, and 400 we put in 460. So I mean, it's pretty necessary here. We'll see. No pressure.
Hell Mayo,
No pressure.
who cares?
We have always the close qualifiers, you know? That's the
Hard part is not getting to TI. Hard part is winning TI. At TI.
at TI. Well, so far it seems to be pretty hard to get to TI as well.
Lol, never tried missing one, so what do I know?
Dude, and what's gonna happen with Kuro in Division 2? Have you spoken to them at all? Or traded messages?
No.
No?
I hope no, I mean I hope they make it through because Division 2 also get their own qualifier. I hope they make it through. There's no chance that they can play themselves into any points. So the only thing is if they stay in Division 2, they can play the closed and have to jump from there to because I think the closed qualifier has more slots, right, for TI, and take some of the Division 2 teams that play each other.
So the close qualifiers will have first Division 2 and then Division 2 winners.
No, we'll
going
have
to
all the Division
1
teams, and then maybe 2 Division
Correct.
2 teams, something like
So
that.
there's a
think.
close qualifiers on Division 2 first.
Yeah. Either way, that's the route, right? That's the route you're gonna have to go to get to TI if you don't have enough points now.
Yep. Alliance is back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have so much doubt that Nigma's gonna get there, get to TI. Well, who else is a great contender for TI from Europe? That's not one of the obvious. I mean, Tundra, Secret, Liquid, OG. Well, I guess Gaming Gladiator and Nigma. Who else could be like a really good?
For me, it's hard to say what happened to TI, but right now for the major, I think Gaming and us were in a different level than the rest, I think, from what I've seen. But Liquid, they have really, really good games sometimes. Really, really good.
Yeah, Liquid will be good. Liquid will be good.
Have you been seeing the NA DPC? EG defeated Quincy, but then TSM beat them 2 days ago. I was messaging Moon, super excited for him.
Yep. So they go first.
Now, no, they have to play Quincy then. Now, themselves.
Oh, excuse me, Quincy. Oh, yeah, there's actually the potential.
So this happens last year. I think it happened on the last major that EG beat Quincy, TSM beat EG, and Quincy beat TSM. So the matchup is a very interesting matchup between the 3 teams.
Oh, shit. I read it wrong. That's incredible. 3-way tie, 2 slots.
Yep.
Oof.
It's happened a few times
That's
already.
also very hype.
They're really good. The problem is that besides those 3 teams, the rest is a big drop-off between 3 and 4.
What's going on in China? Let's see here.
Ooh, in China, IG didn't make it to Division 2. So Division 1, sorry. So they're stuck on Division 2.
Oh, goodness. No way.
Yeah.
Let
Both
me
of
see.
them. Both of the teams. They have IG and IG Vitality.
Oh, IG Vitality
Yep.
even went last. Oh, boy.
Who qualified from Division 1? I haven't been following Chinese teams. I can't. It's just the schedule is upside down for me.
So PSG,
PSG,
they qualified for sure.
Uh,
Yeah, they're the only ones. They drop only 1 map. So yeah, we're seeing on my screen, and just to go back to also show all the rest here. Western Europe, incredibly intense.
Yeah, this one we saw it.
Potential for everything.
Mav can always find this video back. Let's go.
Yeah,
China.
yeah. And China, LGD is the only team that qualified, and they have a 10-1.
Who is in
Track record?
RNG right now? Who is in that team and never give up?
So they have Sumnus, Chalice, Xnova,
Oh.
the old LGD, and then
Who is the carry player? The one? Name.
don't know him. Yeah, I don't know him.
Is he a new player?
He's new. Yeah, it must be.
He was in
Must be.
Newbie in 2018. I have not seen China this year. I've seen all North America. I did see North America, and I haven't seen SCA either. Yeah, this one.
SCA,
look at this, guys.
We haven't checked.
This is
but look at this.
super hype. Oof.
So Quincy can take a game from TSM. EG will most likely beat Team Dog. They all end up 6-1.
Yep.
And then they have 2 slots, 3 teams. Not enough room for all of them. And Southeast Asia. Boom and Fnatic already qualified. Polaris, T1.
T1, they're struggling. What is it?
SMG.
What game is T1 half left? Fnatic. They're playing Fnatic. I saw Thunder Predator qualified, but I haven't seen Biscos play this year.
And Beast Coast, they have to play. They only have
Thunder Predator. Funny enough.
Yeah, they can lose, and then Korea won't. No, they don't have a game. Oh yeah, they would just be tied. I understand.
Ooh, that's gonna be a very cool game, because if Biscos loses to Thunder Predator, they have to play with the other team, and if they win, they have to play the tiebreaker, so they have to play twice. So Alliance came back to Division 1.
Yeah. So we got owning.
Yeah, I didn't see the last game against Chicken Fighters, so I don't know. That was like the important game, because that's where the two teams were in contention for it. But I haven't been watching them. It's really like unfortunate that when you go to Division 2, it's really hard to follow your games. I haven't watched any of the Division 2 games in Europe.
I think I watched only a couple. I watched quite a bit of shit.
It's crazy how I do see the Arcos game. I see Arcos games, even though they're Division 2 in North America, but I haven't been following the European. And what's going to happen with the CIS region? Do you have any guesses?
Yeah, I have no idea. No, I don't even know. I think everybody is just anticipating and waiting for the world to kind of adjust, I guess, or come up with something, or the thing gets resolved. Because if not, I don't know what Valve would do. I don't know what TOs would kind of like, how things would transpire. Because right now it really sucks to be a player with a Russian passport. It really sucks to have Russian passport, and it really sucks to also be, Ukrainian. Having to live in a war or flee the war and trying to focus on your life, you just got evicted. So it's, the world just got really hard for some reason, and entire region got hit. But of course now you also have there has to be some type of PR from Valve about what's going to happen, and because it's getting close, TI is not too far.
From the major of CSGO, the only thing that I saw from PGL was that there are specific teams that could not participate under that name in the major. That the players could participate without them, and I think they were specifically
but in Dota there hasn't been anything done, right?
Correct. So it was VP couldn't participate, and Gambit couldn't participate, but Spirit could, and Force could, and a few other companies could. The ones that relocated outside of Russia. But in Dota, they just decided to close the DPC, and there's no communication. Obviously, I made my position clear in some other places. I don't want Russian teams at all that are connected with the oligarchy in Russia, but players are not the ones to blame. Let them play, under any banner or anything, because they just want to play. And kudos to Spirit, and during the the tournament in Dubai, you know, they came out with like peace t-shirts and all that. And, you know, no, I don't really want to go into that, but if you are Russian and your family is in Russia and you are talking about the atrocities that are happening, you are endangering yourself. And yeah, so anyway, we have Russian players and we have Ukrainian players all living together in our house. And obviously it's been tense for everybody, but you know, we are all of us very against the war and against the invasion that is happening. So that's that. To talk about other things. So do you think that I will finally get to go with OG to my first LAN event? I have not been yet. It's been 2 years as CEO and I still have not attended any LANs with you.
I think if you book the flight ticket, it gets cancelled. If you wait until the tournament starts, maybe we have a chance.
Okay, so
I'm just kidding. You should
haven't booked.
Try to come.
I just bought my mom's
Oh, now, well,
tickets.
then it's jinxed. Then you jinxed it, dude. Now it's getting cancelled. GG.
Dude,
GG.
I think my parents, they need to see it. They need to experience it. It's just very hard
Everyone
when I try to
should.
explain
I do.
someone what we do. And, you know, it's very hard. I mean, I have the trouble just explaining what I do for a living, you know, even in my personal life or in my... So, you are the CEO of an esports team. So you play video games?
Oops, I was muted. I was just gonna say, like, I think it's way more hype than other sports games. Like, I think everybody really should go to a LAN event, like go to some type of well-run tournament and get that full experience, you know? Because it, like any other game, it's very hype, but I think a lot of games have a lot to offer in terms of that hypeness, you know? Because you get to design a game and make it more intricate and make it more complex and changes all the time. We were just talking about that yesterday too. Like chess hasn't had changes. There hasn't had a patch in like 200 years. Shit. Or more. I don't remember. But yeah. I think that's part of like the great things of video games. Constant changes.
I have been to CSGO tournaments lately. You know, when I was there in Denmark with you, we went to Blast and that was amazing. But for me, the CSGO experience and the Dota experience is very, very different. The CSGO is super hype. And the stadium is hype and on the place, it feels electrifying. But Dota, it's just such a different game. I don't know, some of my best memories that I have in the last 10 years have been in Dota events. Because you're all there and you're all nerding out, and especially if you sit down with someone that is either in your same level of Dota or higher than you and you can actually talk shop. Oh, it's amazing. I learned so much just sitting next to you and Seb. And just be quiet, you know, as you guys talk. Oh, have you seen this timing? Have you seen the BKB? And I was like, I mean, no, I haven't.
You definitely have, I would say, more potential for like Symphony of Fails type stuff in Dota. It has like more of a comedic value in a way. Maybe I say that because I'm a Dota player. I don't know. But I see a lot of things I would say is like very stupid stuff. Like, and it's silly too sometimes, you know, silly stuff happens, like people blinking over each other or things just getting casted and missed like on end. It's a game that, brings out all those kinds of, brings out laughs, it brings out frustration, even watching, it brings out anger, it brings out like aggressiveness, it brings out positivity, or it brings out a lot of stuff. Dota is such a unique game in that sense too. Valve have done a really good job at also adding more to it, you know? At least I'm a big fan of like chat wheels and sprays and banners and all that. I think it's a great addition to the game. I think you should be able to mute basically everything, but I think for the ones who are down to enjoy the aspect of the game, should. I think it's a lot of fun.
They've been trying to tone down the sprays, though. I think that they're trying to reduce toxicity, and they have told us that some of our sprays were a little bit too toxic. So they have not approved them to get into the game. The one with losers was funny, that is, they made a spray with losers, but now we cannot have a spray that you call anybody loser. So I was gonna mention something about the game that we were talking about. I think that it seems to be such a different game from League of Legends. In League of Legends, you cannot all chat, you cannot say anything. And there is this level of, they say that, well, you have to be, like even in CSGO, you cannot say anything, by the way, nothing. You get in trouble if you all chat. But in Dota, the viewership experience is so fun because you feel the personalities and you feel the trolling of each other.
Yeah. That's what I mean. I think if anything, like they can just make it by default that you don't, everything is muted, and then people have to actively unmute to get the fuller experience. That is also sometimes very bullying, toxic, taunting. But I still think most people would just take it off and high five each other in the games and put banners down and all that jazz. Like, I don't know. Of course, I will see nothing wrong with Valve giving the option to mute everything. I think they should. But why take it away if a lot of people enjoy it, you know, and give them just the option to play with it on or not? It doesn't add to the game strategically. It just adds to the game's value, experience, and taunting too, but also rallying, you know? Like, we used it mostly for our own team's sake. It rallies your own dudes. It gives them confidence.
I remember the point that I was going to make. So I heard a lot of, you can clip this math later. I've seen a lot of journalists, esports journalists and esports casters that always complain that the Dota fans are very sensitive and they don't like when casters talk down players and they say that they make mistakes. And I want to say my opinion on this. I think that it's not that we don't like it, it's that I don't enjoy when any caster puts down players. Because it's not like, oh, well, this guy only had to press a button and he fucked it up because he pressed the wrong button. I think that when they say that, for me, it's a very reductive way of seeing what just happened. There's 10,000 things that will happen, all of them simultaneously. So instead of focusing on how he pressed BKB and a mistake and he fucked it up, maybe you have to realize that the complexity of the play, you know, is what it needs to be highlighted. The way that I see it is, if you're going to throw a pass in as a quarterback between 3 defenders, is different than just missing a pass when it's open lane, you know?
So I would like to just add, I think anyone who wants to criticize and I would say take like the higher stance that they know better needs to be able to back it up, usually, like one way or another. It just sounds awkward, you know, when you have somebody yelling at you and you just get that feeling that they have no idea what they're talking about and they have no idea themselves whether or not the game was more on one dude or not. Like, if many mistakes happen from one guy, if it was truly like a really hard game to play, you'd need a good analyst for that. You need an ex-pro or somebody who can read the game. And sometimes I think people who are analysts or playing that analytical role, they have multiple ways of doing it. And I mean, hey, people are gonna challenge it, you know, if it's not true, and be like, yo, that's crap, you know, you don't know what you're talking about, because this is about being right or wrong. And it's just a softer thing if you're able to do what a lot of the, I would consider, very skilled casters also do, is always up talk, always look at the positives in the game, always find those things and keep talking about them and still make it exciting. I think a lot of casters feel like they should be talking about mistakes and negative things because some viewers want to hear that. But I think that's generally not really true. Only bandwagon, hate, gaslighting type viewers would like it, and that's the minority, I would say.
Yeah, agree. I can send you maybe the math. I can send you the file. There is, I mean, Richard Lewis and I have spoken about this, and there is other CSGO casters that say, well, in Dota, everybody's just too softy. The pros get annoyed when we talk about their mistakes. And my answer is like, no, it's really, really complicated, this game.
I mean, just
you know?
imagine some Elo 2K, or like 1K or 500 in chess talking about Magnus Carlsen. Like what? Like, are you going to break down the game more than him? Like, you need to try and understand what he's thinking, you know? And I think that's the case for a lot of the pros. And I mean, sure, you can go into lower division, you can go into lesser teams and say that these teams obviously make more mistakes than other teams and try and point them out. But when you're talking about like the highest level and breaking the meta and all those things, and then some dude focuses really hard on like BKB not going off, but for example, like the whole Kuro Bane thing, like not getting spells off, is like, there was a Reddit post that broke that down. Can't really explain it, but you should definitely go check it out if you're curious and if you know what I'm talking about. Bane was walking into Matumba Man. It was the Enigma versus Liquid series. Doesn't get a spell off, and there's like a heartbeat creep and a ward and the D ward, and it's impossible for this Bane to get his spells off because of the way Team Liquid's playing as a team.
Damage from Miracle is too much. It's a double kill for Miracle. They've got to respect the damage from the Medusa. Something the back did not do there. There's Matsu. They'll put the Satanic. The side, Fada trying to hold back the two, and then with the BKB, Miracle steps back up. Midgate just rolls into his death. The damage from Miracle is too much. It's a double kill for Miracle. They've got to respect the damage from the Medusa. Something the Back did not do there. There's Matsu. He'll put the Satanic. Kuro tries to disrupt.
And then Kuro gets all that flag. And he's like, wow, that, again, like, as somebody who understands, as somebody who's plays and has played, it's like to keep harping on it, or to actually, like, you know, not realize that, oh, okay, you know, that was actually not easy at all, obviously. And if that obviously for me is like, I can say that because I know I understand the game, but it does feel like sometimes casters and analysts like to still attempt that, and I just don't think they have the credibility to, which just opens up for people to challenge it. I mean,
Yeah, I agree.
I don't take it personal anymore anyway. Like, I wouldn't care myself if it was me getting criticized, but I would still have the feeling and probably the right to also just challenge them then on it. I mean, like, you don't fucking know what you're talking about. I know better. And that's just how it is, you know. Like, and you can change your ways. You can be more like OD Pixel, cast like OD Pixel.
Well, I mean, everybody. If we could clone OD Pixels, I would order 4 of them. You know, OD Pixel will be casting my day, and here we go. He's making flipping the omelet. It's fantastic. He just loves the game. I think that he loves the game, and he actually played enough of the game to have respect of realizing how complicated it is what some of these guys do.
Right,
Because,
I think so too. Yeah.
I mean, there is obviously a difference between Johan and Seb and the Division 2 team, but the Division 2 team is also much, much better than most casters, you know? Which is,
Of course.
some of them understand it. It's really hard. I remember, look, I mean, I'm going to use an example that we can talk about. TI9, the first game against Liquid. The Spectre not buying back.
We have to focus the meatball. We have to focus the meatball, guys. I'll buy back. We have Glyph. I think we could maybe buy time for you. Yeah, I don't want to buy back, but I might have to. Yeah.
No. Look at me first.
Just buy time. Be patient.
Oh, I think Spectre doesn't have buyback.
Okay, we need to kill ETNH right now.
Let's just go front, end the game.
Liquid trying to force out these buybacks. Anna, he's got to buy back.
He's still holding on to it.
He doesn't have buyback on Spectre, guys. He's not buybacking.
Guys, we are gonna lose.
Yeah, we have to buy back or not.
Yeah, I know.
Finally, the buyback comes out. The Ancient is exposed.
The Ancient's gone down.
Ravage, you don't Glyph.
Oh, shit.
Hit the drone! Throw!
Hit the fucking drone. The
This is
Ancient's
gonna
gone
put the
down.
Ravage. They're just gonna keep hitting on. Liquid, they've done it.
Oh my god.
Good shit. Yes.
I've seen that game this week. Again, I watch it. And, you know, Spectre is not buying back, Spectre is not buying back, Spectre is not buying back. Okay, the game finishes, you know, and you lost the game. Clearly, now in retrospective with the game finish, you know, we see it as a mistake. No shit, anybody, my mom can see that game. But in that moment, I understand the whole thought process. Because if he doesn't buy back, he comes back to Fountain, you won the game. That's it, you won it. Because if he dies, he
If
buys
you
back.
heard the comms, but if you also hear the comms, I don't think it shows everything on True Side, but a little bit. You actually hear, like, me, I think, mostly yelling. I think, yes, it was with me a bit, but I was just yelling, like, I got this. They can't push. If they come, I kill them all. No need to buy back. Don't buy back. Don't buy back. Don't buy back. I will kill them all. I'll get Rampage here. I kept being super arrogant and super... I had a really strong voice, whatever, and I was clearly very wrong. Like, I completely misread the situation. I thought my hero would hurt way more and just be able to kill things off right away. I was taken back, and then Anna gets all the flack for that game. And that just goes to show, like, again, people don't know, people don't understand. And if they were put in this situation, if they had not put the effort, the work, and had the talent that some of these guys have, they would have been 10,000 miles away from what some of these players can do.
During that game, it's also Seb saying, don't buy back. You know, we got this. Like, everybody's saying, don't buy
Seb
back.
was saying it too. I just remember, like, I was saying it very strong as well. Wow. Poor Anna. Oops. Sorry.
I actually rewatched, as I said, TI9. It could have been a 3-0. It could have been. It should have been. I watched all the games the other day. But it's okay, you know, it's a beautiful part of Dota. By the time you wipe them on your base, I was like, this game is done.
I mean, I think they had us early on, and I think maybe theoretically they have some timings that they can actually close the game on earlier. But yeah, it was cool game. Cool game. I could have done more with my ET. Sad.
I think one of my favorite things about Dota, and is why I think I love this game so much, is that no game is perfect. This is the game of imperfections, you know? Because It doesn't matter
Amen.
how ahead you are. It doesn't matter that you have to be able to outplay them every time you fight. You know? Yes, more world will give you a more advantage.
Or just
and more-
multicast everything.
That's a different option. But it's just beautiful. There is some of these games that is like the game cannot turn around and then suddenly the game turns around. But yes, not only about timings, it's just you suddenly you're trying to get them to fight the whole time and it was so beautiful. Because I understand enough because I'm with you guys the whole time. I can't play it, but I understand more or less what you guys are trying to do. And you see how right now our team is incredibly good not giving you the fight. I mean, you see them. They're so good not giving you the fight the whole time. They're not giving you the fight because they are a little bit different in the way that you guys played. We're a little bit more greedy. It's just they never give you the fight. And it's so hard. It looks like easy, you know? But it's not easy not to give somebody the fight or just fight on the right moment, on the right conditions, on the right high ground, on the right ward.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
When you play against the good teams, all things become very hard, very fast, very difficult to keep up with.
I think we might have to do, like, I know we have to do this better, but we have to be able to show the fans a little bit better what some of these things that we talk about means. Because I remember, just to give anybody an example, so there is a fight that we cannot pick. We're worst, and we're right now not in our timing. But we have a ward in a specific moment in the map. And I remember you saying, we have to fight on this ward. We have to fight on this ward. We have to fight on this ward, even though it's not our fight. Because we're not going to fight a better fight than this ward. I remember exactly the game. I think mid-one was still on the team. We were playing Dire. And remember he went to farm one of the camps. And half of the team picked up the fight. I think it was the major tiebreaker against Liquid. And we didn't pick up the fight. And it turned around because we could never find another fight with another ward. And we never did. We never did. That was the fight, even though it was not the timing. And people were like, oh, why are they picking up the fight? Well, because you're not going to be able to plant a high ground ward anymore. That's it, you know? This is your chance. So it might not be the good fight, but it might be the best fight you can pick for the next 10 minutes. So, yeah, that is fascinating how teams might think about this.
Rough losses. Dota careers just paved in bloody losses.
Did you think about these games a lot at night or during your days, or you were able to wrap them up?
Not that one specifically, but there's some that come back to haunt you, literally.
Which one is your bigger hunt? The Cloud9?
They're definitely there. There's one carry out game I had at TI3 with Fnatic, I think it was. What was it? We were playing an anti-mage against Mushi.
Mm-hmm.
No, sorry, Mushi. They have Prophet anti-mage, Mushi's team. I think it was Orange. And we had SF. Yeah, we had SF. This game still haunts me. That was a knockout game for TI 3 or 4 as well. I don't remember, but it was a knockout game. Ouch. Then there's Star Ladder game 5. Oh, that one is rough. That one is very rough. We had so many big ultimates. We had like Brew, Medusa. I think they had Lycan. We had Brew, Medusa. I think we also had Enigma or Mag. Dude, I gotta go find that game. We had Doom as well. Big cooldowns. Amazing game in a way. We messed up big time, and it was quite a favorable game for us because they had some useless Lycan. It was really counterpicked. We messed up some ultis and whatever. I think we had Ravage as well, actually. Something like that.
Kuro in danger now. He can't break this coil. That Ravage is about to come up. It hits on everyone. Every last hero. Light him up. Knock him down. EG crushing through. Another cask onto Big Daddy. Simba in trouble too. That's a dieback on your Brew. He can't escape. He's going to fall. Now onto Kuroki. White the Wolf against him. It's a dieback for Kuro. And that might just be GG. Are now looking to throne it and take the Star Ladder Season 10 Grand Finals by storm. Simba goes in, gets a Doom off on Arteezy to get a huge chunk of his health pool, but he doesn't care. He's focusing buildings. He will go down once. Perhaps Ravage was used. Universe holding the line. Arteezy still alive. He'll die now. There's your buyback. He's going to rejoin the fight. If they can't kill that creep, they're in too much trouble. Simba dropping now. He's out of the fight, and it's on to the throne. The boys in blue in Kiev. They got Secret by the jugular, and they take home the Grand Finals. They are the Star Ladder Season 10 champions.
Wow. I was so sad. We lost.
do you think about the Spirit games in TI10?
No, not as much. I think TI10 hit different. Every TI loss I've had, of course, was super painful. They're definitely haunting moments by themselves. Yeah, I mean, losing as favorite as well, TI6, TI7, but I felt like there were really good lessons to be taken from them. So in a way, I didn't feel as bad. I think we got really smart. Like you become the favorite, that means you were good enough. We were definitely good enough as a team to beat any team on a good day. That's good to know. And then if for some reason you can't repeat on a day that you need to repeat, that means you weren't good enough at repeating it. But you might still have been good enough to do it. Like talent, skill, it's not the issue, but you just need to find a way to pull it out when you need to. Like pull it out of the hat, like get yourself motivated, get yourself into the zone. Yeah. I felt like tier 6 and 7 were good lessons to be taught. So even though they sucked, always sucks. I say TI6. I meant was it TI6? TI5 was with Cloud9. Yeah, TI5 was with Cloud9. TI6 and 7 with OG. Yes, those are the ones. 5 was absolute hell as well. Oh my god. I don't even remember which one was the knockout. I guess it was the Rubik Phoenix. But oh my god, that was...
Have you seen or revisited at all the TI10 games? When that's it, you played on the States.
No, TI10 games? No. Bro, I'm break. I'm on break.
I did watch them again. And oh fuck.
Yeah, pain, slow death.
Yeah, because when you're high ground, you know, and the Urals, because you know that Magnus is coming, you fucking know it, everybody knows it, you know it, they know it, the audience knows it, everybody knows it. And he gets dragged into the tier 4s. Fuck. All good. Well, I think it's that one, it was especially I never had closure from that game, you know? Because I was in my hotel, I couldn't leave the hotel, and you guys were on the stage, and I couldn't be with you guys. So, you know, I was watching it, not hearing anything. And then I see you guys coming back, and I was like, fuck. Like, I feel like it was very anti-cathartic because we were the whole year together. But on the moment of it, I was like 10 miles away. I would have like at least be there, you know? But something funny that I have for you, one of the hardest games that I have in my memory, it was a game that you guys beat EG. It was the tiny EG. Remember the Sumail tiny EG?
Yeah, I mean, that was a game we had definitely lost. But EG were very stubborn in their way of playing, and we just caught waves for like 5-10 minutes even. That's incredible. And they tried for some pickoffs, of course. Tiny going on the Spectre a few times and almost getting it, but just not enough.
Almost. Right.
Almost. Yeah. And then it just ended like with percentage HP stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, kind of cray.
I think that game probably chases Sumail for the rest of his life.
I can imagine. That was a tough loss. He did almost everything he could that game, and I think his team were very stubborn in like map movement. And
there was two plays,
tricky.
That he fucked up, but he fucked up because he was overcompensating massively because he was winning the game.
I think he was overcompensating, and I think he had maybe some reason to as well. I don't know what they were doing that game. The map movement was so off. It is what it is.
And do you remember? Because we always talk about the ones that we lost, but now let's flip it over. I think that we should not have lost against Team Secret this year, but I think we should have lost against Queen Secret. The Void Spirit Topia's game was just stupid. I did not see you guys turning that game around. He was styling over kids.
Yeah.
He was
turned
amazing.
on that game. Yeah, I remember that.
And the next one, remember with Dawnbreaker? He decided that he was just going to win the game alone.
Yeah. Thompson busting out the Dawn. Yeah. That's some good. That's some really good times. I mean, I also have memories of like an Oracle Tiny game up SME that was versus EG TI9. And it was game 2. We were down 1 game. People were feeling really bad. People were kind of, for lack of a better word, choking. They're definitely underperforming and feeling very tense and stressed for the first game. And Thompson was super confident in game 2, like the way he was talking and the way he was playing. And he had Tiny, I had Oracle. We made a bunch of moves together, and I was tagging along. I was also just, fuck it. This game is easy. This game is ours. And we just kept killing them like over and over and over with like double, triple, quad nuke, combo combo. Hit a strong timing. I think that game just revitalized us, and I think we stomped them game 3. I'm not 100% though. Oh, I do remember a game that haunts me. That was the loss against EGTI8. The first game, I think, where we had the double necrobook between Lycan Beast, and we had Invoker mid, and I was playing Silencer or something like that. And they, yeah, oof.
As OG are able to get 3 back in to try and form some sort of a defense, but EG take the mid set of racks.
And they're getting healed up by Fly. They're looking to keep going.
More kills. They get the gust down onto Jax. Jump forward. Fronts him out with the rocket barrage. Finds Jax.
They're going to end it.
For 80. They're straight down the middle lane. Can they do this here, EG? They've got 25 seconds before Anna's back in the game. They're onto the tier 4 towers. Notel trying to lean forward with the glaive to push the back, but Crit charges in, keeping Notel head back away from the team. EG, they're onto a second influence set, trying to commit onto the fly, but there's the strike. Crit with the bashes, the control. He does get back to return, but seconds taken down. The agent exposed. EG looking to close the game up. The GG is through.
Yeah, Gyro. Yeah, that was the Gyro game. Oh my god, this game. Oh my god, that we lost. I had so much intelligence steal. Yeah. I guess the losses, they come back more than the wins sometimes. But
always. I think, so I used to compete in judo, obviously not on the same scale or anything. I remember the last fight I lost at least twice a month. And it's been 20 years.
Holy shit. You need to see someone. PTSD.
Yeah, absolutely. Because so you have like in judo, it's like jiu-jitsu, or like you have a part that is standing up and then you have a part on the ground, you know? So I was better than him standing up, but I'm normally better than most people on the ground. So when we went to the ground, I decided to stay, but I had a moment that I could get up, but I was like, no, I'm going to beat you here. And then I lost. Yeah, so it was pretty humiliating, and I had no one to blame by myself. Fuck, big games, eh? We've been in a lot of big games. You've been in a lot of big games. What was the game that you would say that it was? Because I don't know, what is the biggest game of your life? We could always say TI, you know, the last TI finals and all that. But somehow I think game 5 of LGD for me didn't feel like the most climactic. I think for me the most climactic was game 4. The PL game that you guys were playing. Yeah, because I really thought you guys lost that one. I really thought I felt game 5 you played it really, really well. I felt you got it. You got that game, you know, since the middle.
Nah, I think it's all the way around. I think game 4 we always had good chances to win, just nature of draft and nature of some of the. I think they could have made it much easier for themselves with item buys on Morph and stuff. I'm not sure if he bought the right items for that game. He might have bought good items. I'm not 100%. But I think the game felt like they could have crushed us with the lead that they had, but for some reason we were hanging in, and then outplays with Ana and whatever. But we always had a chance that game. I think game 5 we have very little chance.
Really?
Yeah, draft to draft and some other things, and like pace of the game. I actually think they kind of had a lot more favor to win that game. But Dota is like this when you are just really good and you have a solid strategy and you play against even the best team. You can always win. You do need some things, but like solid strat and whatever. But you play good and you're given a few tools, you'll take the whole arm. Like you're given an inch, you'll take the arm.
What is your best comeback? The best comeback game that you're like, okay, I should not have won this game, but I'm very glad that I did. But if I had to play this game 10 times, I don't think we'll. Like, okay, so let me put the question. You remember in Avengers? You know, I looked at 14 million scenarios, and there is only one that you beat them. Do you have that game? It's like, I will not win this game any more times, even if I played it 1,000 times. But this one we actually did.
I'm probably blinded by my faith in the drafts that we've had. I don't really see it to that extreme. I mean, probably there are games that are like that, and you do get the feeling that maybe sometimes you got away with murder and you did something, and even though it was good, it was beatable. But yeah, not too often. I'm left with that feeling. because quite often you also just tell yourself, or you understand that if you played better, you'd see more clearly whether or not it should work. But if you just play like shit, you don't really get to the theory part of things because you're not executing at all. So there's quite a lot of times if other team or us or both teams at the same time have executed properly, that we got really close to like a a better understanding of the game. But quite often that's a struggle.
Okay, so then I have a more specific question for you. So I think that a lot of the things that so I think that there is this magic of combination that I want people to understand, that at the end of the day, all the things that you live as a team will make you who you are. And there's different journeys, that teams have to go through. I think that we right now as a team have specific losses that have taught us, teach us specific lessons to do. And we're not going to make those mistakes again, but we're going to make other ones because of those learning things that we make, Is you go from one learning to another learning to another learning.
But I would also say that, hey, if you didn't play well enough, you would not have gotten that far in the tournament, or you wouldn't have gotten to play this many games, or you wouldn't have gotten to play that team, or you wouldn't have gotten to the root of another problem. So you always have to strive for the best, and that is then again, that's the journey that I completely agree. I think every human goes through something like this, even though you're not playing Dota, you're still going through this. Everybody goes through it, and you will learn more, obviously, by paying attention, being humble, and trying to learn. You'll also learn more if you keep pushing yourself to be better, and once you reach betterment, like once you get better, you'll see more. Your horizon will extend.
So then, to be specific about what I mean, there is a lot of, the meta in TI is that people sometimes play for not losing more than they play for winning. So the drafts that pick very early is normally not what people choose to pick at TI when the game starts. And if you pick it, you have to have the balls to go and finish the game. Because if you don't, then you will not do it. And I remember on the game 3 you had against Liquid, the ones that you're playing the Pagna, it was Enchantress, Tiny, the Grimstroke, Void, and Pagna. Remember that draft? You had to go for the throat. You had to go for the jugular very early. And you did. And there was a moment where you knew that you have to go to finish the game, and it was a beautiful game.
Right. But I would argue that still, if Nigma doesn't play, if Nigma doesn't play their best in that game, and we don't play our best in that game, we still will not understand much about the drafts and the theory of how the game. Because going for the juggler, that is just playing really good and making as much damage to the enemy on every millisecond as possible. And the enemy needs to try and respond to that. And if they have heroes, if they have tools, they need to apply them all the time, because sometimes an early lead leads into then a very misleading game. Like that game is probably misleading because we did overly stomped in on every lane. Like it was going super well and we're crushing them. We're going left and right. The tier 1s die almost right away. So we have even more room to move, like to hunt them down. But the lanes probably should have gone better, which buys them minutes, which buys them a fight, which buys them some more time. Like Dota is a fluid game like that, and it quickly can become a flood. Whereas, you just mess up a little bit in the early game, and all depending on many things, the theory can be completely off just because, or the execution can make the theory look off, but the theory is maybe spot on. But Grimstroke versus Tidehunter. I don't know what you do. That was kind of the name of the game for the finals. It's very tough if you lane that. I remember back then. So I don't know, but hey, Dota always gets harder. Dota always gets better. Now people buy Helm of the Iron Will. I think that changed a lot of things too, because back then if you got ruined on a lane and people didn't enable you to get like a good start, you just had no way of coming back. But now people help the guy get a Helm of Iron Will, get a Ring of Health, and it kind of makes a lot of these things just useless. Like the Grimstroke stuff, it doesn't work anymore. Not the same anyway.
Then my question would be, how confident were you on game 4 with the IO Gyro? And when did you hear him playing picking up the, oh my god, the thing that steals the mana?
Oh, when yeah. They had the Bristol Chen. You mean the
Yeah.
Enigma Game 4? I mean, honestly, I had a really good read on the game. I knew the game was super over. I had not even a milli drop of sweat on me. Like that game was so over. There was no freaking way. You know, I also could feel it that my team was on point. Nobody was overly stressing out. Like tensions were high, I think, naturally, but I think everybody was extremely chill and very, very well in control of that situation. Even though they're sitting in front of tier 3, it didn't matter. Like the game is so over. If you understand, you know? It's like if you show somebody a fight and you show them 1 second and he gets a headlock, if you don't understand what a headlock might mean, and you don't understand like the subtle stuff, like it could mean that the fight's just over if he gets a good headlock. That's just it, you know? That millisecond he gets it. And in Dota, that can be translated if you understand as a team, as a unit, that this fight can be won in many certain ways and in many certain positions. And you also have to, you know, react and adapt to what the enemy does all the time. But that's why you keep buying yourself more and more tools to succeed in more and more situations. So it's all about that. It's like the same thing in chess. The move is really good. It's always there. The move is always there. And the move is always really good. But it only becomes really real when you use it. And it's the same in Dota. The moves are there, but people have to kind of know them and see them and then do them. Or just feel them and do them, I guess. That's how some people go about it. Yep.
Did you knew that Tobias was building the Fusel?
Yeah, no, he was mentioning it and he was talking about it. I think everybody had good room to talk in that game, like good enough. And he mentioned, and he will burn the mana and we'll have long fights. And his Bristol won't deal any damage. They have a Chen boosting a Bristol that has no mana. It's like, okay, we can kill him. It's a good item this game. I mean, it was, for me, it wasn't weird at all to buy Diffu. It made perfect sense, you know? I think it's really smart to always have, like, to always have your mind on these things, and that's why Thompson is so fucking good too, is he keeps his mind open and sharp, you know?
I miss Tobias. I miss him.
Me too.
Yeah, I think that, look, we have to, I make a promise to the fans that we are going to do other special episodes where we review these and we go back with Johan and Seb, and we want to do something. We're going to tease it now, you know, that where we do analysis before the games and we do recaps after the games. And I know Seb has been already doing a little bit of testing, you know, by watching True Side and all that. And we don't want to be just harping the whole time on, oh, the glories of TI8 and TI9. But it just means that we can talk about things. Well, we can't talk about other things. We cannot break the game right now how we see it. So, because I'm not going to give the magic sauce or the magic potion to people. But I think that enough time has passed and the map is enough different, you know, that there are some things that we can finally talk about. I mean, you've done a few things on the Gamers Class, you know? On Gamers Class, you have broken down the game. It's been very, very nice to watch it.
Yeah, no, I mean, Dota is a complicated game. Definitely, you could write books and make guides about it for eons. If the patches keep coming.
If the patches keep coming and they're not all the same. Okay, well, thank you so much. I hope that this episode, there was a little bit of clusterfuck as well, works for everybody. Sorry that we couldn't give you the Ketsu and Queen, but we will try. We're trying to bring our NA friends here. I know Moon also wants to join the podcast, so we'll hopefully try to bring more of the NA boys. Thank you so much, everybody, for enjoying this episode, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.